myself in the face or anything, am I? This is how I've seen it done. I know, you let me know. You know, I've never seen myself actually cut onions before, so this is going to be kind of crazy. Maybe I should sharpen my knife some more. What they say, the onion gets kind of, gets you crying if you have a dull knife, right? My mom used to always say, rinse it under water as well, but these onions are nice and juicy. Well, today I am making Apretada. It's a recipe my mom gave me via text message. So we'll see what happens. She didn't say how many onions, she didn't say how much of any ingredients. But as my mom always said, my mama always said, make sure you taste your food. So you know. What's the worst that can happen if I add like 2 onions? I cry a lot. That's what's gonna happen. Whew. Those you chefs out there, I know I look like I'm about to hurt myself. Trust me when I say I am not a professional, but I like to act like one. And here it comes, the waterworks are coming. Oh my God. Every time I cut these onions, I always try to beat the tears. I end up getting beaten by them. So, whoop, we'll see what happens. I think my tolerance is maybe better, but at the same time, I think what's going to end up happening is this video is going to have to stop for just a moment. I promise I'm not crying because I miss you all. All right, well, I have an electric stove, so it's taking a while for it to warm up. That's all good. In the meantime, I'm slicing the pork. Now, I'm using pork, and honestly, I don't remember, Mom, how I'm supposed to slice it. So I'm just gonna slice it like sliced. Because that's what I do. Now, I know I should be using one of those butcher knives, and I need to get one of those. But those of you who want to get me something for Christmas, you can certainly get me that. I love butcher knives. Or the big, that big meat cleaver. I think it's cleaver. That's what it was, cleaver. So we'll see how this works out. Obviously this is going to feed a family. So I'm looking to bring it to Edric and Madon's house a little bit. Well, most of it, I should say. I love leftovers, but it takes me like a week to eat all this food. It's a long time. I don't mind. You know how much I love leftovers. So I'm being careful not to cut myself. Yeah, I do need a meat cleaver. I did enjoy cutting the meat at Edric and Madon's place because of the meat cleaver. My birthday's coming around the corner. I'm gonna be 42 soon. My God. Felt like I was just 24. Whew, okay. It's finally getting there. You see it? Garlic. Woo, hot. Yes. Kind of what we wanted, right? Yes, we did. We'll turn the fan on. I know it doesn't look like it's going anywhere, but it is. Ooh, all that garlic. So smoky and hot. It's more than brown now, I'll tell you that much. All kinds of brown and black. No, this can fit anywhere. I hope it doesn't. Alright, well, quick reaction, I guess, to that. Somehow I feel like this pot's going to be too small. It'll be good. It'll be good. Just gotta juice these onions. Make them look really good. Throwing them out just a little bit. And then add the pork. So, this is crazy. This pot, I have to tell you, I bought from Home Goods. The only reason why I'm saying this is because this is the pot that that Italian couple asked me about. Asked me where did I get it and how much it was. Again, like I said, Home Goods is one of those places. Once you find something good, you gotta hold on to it. If there's any hesitation whatsoever, you're gonna smell it. You're gonna know. You're gonna like leave it behind and they're ready to pounce on you. At least that's how I feel like it. This is an amazing pot, by the way. It's made in Italy. And actually, this is the first pot this is not the first pot I saw at Home Goods. It's actually the second one. This guy right here was the first one. Yeah, I know, right? I literally told myself I needed something big to cook my food in. Because I have a few pots I got. This one is incredible. It's heavy duty. It's got this lid that just weighs on. It's not made by glass. All stainless steel metal. This whole induction thing about it. So, just waiting for my pork to brown. Tonight's meal is brought to you by Walter CCP. Protection for the ladies. Meat has browned. I've added all the ingredients. There's a few things that my mom always taught me that everything you cook should have in it. Aside from the obvious, the garlic, the onions, the meat. There are 3 things you should always put in your food. Brown everything. And I don't mean brown people, I'm talking brown your garlic, brown your onions, brown your protein. And then add your sauces and seasonings. Make sure you have them handy because it comes at you really fast here. See, like this stuff, show you. Like, see that? All this stuff is what you need to put in there. Yeah, you saw some ketchup. It's crazy, I know. But you know us Filipinos, you gotta survive on something. And ketchup is cheap. Well, it's easy anyway. So now that it's brown, I get to lower the fire to a simmer. Now, with these electric stoves, it's so hard to tell, right? So it took about 5 minutes to heat everything up, but it's okay. So everything fits in there perfectly good. Now, aside from the browning, the ingredient you should always have before you start is love. I know that I have cooked things in the past, rushed it, and whatnot. And there are 2 things that I forgot to do. I browned everything for sure. There's 2 things I forget, and you can tell by my finished product. I rushed it. I really wasn't feeling like cooking, but I did anyway. which meant I didn't really have any love for it. And the third thing is smell and taste. It smells really good. Just gotta taste it here in a bit, make sure everything's good. I'm just gonna cover it and let it simmer for just a little longer. In the meantime, I'm cutting potatoes. Did I say there were 3 things? I did say 3 things because 3 sounds like a good odd number, right? Yeah, it does. Smoke has cleared. Good thing. But number 1 is always brown. Brown everything. That's brown the garlic, brown the onions, brown the meat before seasoning or adding sauces. Right? Honestly, anything worth waiting for is good. So, waiting for it to simmer on a slow boil, slow simmer heat. It's the best way. Most Filipino stews, or any stews that are good, take about 3 hours, right? Possibly. The other thing is season to taste. Season to taste. That doesn't mean, hey, it's a season to taste. It means season. Add the pepper, add more salt, add whatever you think you should after it simmers for a while, because the flavors are set in and you want to get the right flavors. Just like any wine, sometimes the flavors are different just based on either your palate or just the fact that, you know, maybe it's actually the food you tried, food you bought. Maybe the onions aren't as good as it used to be, or maybe it's a little old. I don't know. Anyway, season to taste. That's number 3. I lost track of my mind. That happens a lot. 1 is brown. 2, season to taste. 3 is be in the mood to cook. It means love what you're cooking and love who you're cooking for. Cooking is exciting to me. And for those of you who know me very well, I'm an extremely moody person. Moody being, I will cook when I feel like it. I'm not really held by time, except when I have to clock in for a job. But for the most part, I do what I feel, not to be rude or anything like that or disrespectful, but just more or less because it's got to feel right. So if I'm cooking for you, I may be late because the time I allotted for myself, or the time I said I would get up and cook for you, maybe an hour or 2 sooner than I anticipated. So my best work is done when I'm in the mood to cook. So that's 3, right? Brown, season to taste, and love what you're doing. The secret to number 4, and number 4 is obviously patience, right? Everything great comes to those who wait. So that 3-hour simmer, I think, is the best ever when it comes to stews. And I guess the 5th rule would be, oh yeah, and clean as you go. This is not a freaking professional kitchen, folks. If that food is simmering and you're not cutting, then you're cleaning. I believe I've cut enough potatoes, but I almost feel like this type of season, I should just do 1 more. Now, normally for Apretada, we do brown potatoes. But because I plan on roasting potatoes later on this week, or maybe tomorrow, or Sunday, I decided I'm going to use red potatoes and see how that works. I do love red potatoes. Red mashed potatoes are also my favorite. So we'll see how this all works out. I did buy frozen peas. Unfortunately, those are the only it's the only vegetable I actually get frozen down, the frozen carrots and medley. Time to clean, folks. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, when you feel like dipping, dip into that. Alright, So typically, I let the meat simmer for about a half an hour before I stir it up. I haven't added the potatoes yet, but I will now because I should, right? Because we all know that the two things that take forever to cook are carrots and potatoes. The peas will come later because those are so easy. Even frozen, they're so good. Hopefully it fits, because I think by now we would experience some shrinkage, which we actually have. It looks so delicious right now. Let me just show you. Doesn't that look so good? Can you smell it? I can. Smells so good. Alright. Let's add the potatoes without splashing anything. Ah! That was hot! Ah! Okay. Tried not to splash. I ended up burning myself just a little bit. Alright. Might need a bigger pot. It's okay. All these potatoes, I don't use them. Fine. Why? Because I plan on roasting them. My effort to keep it from splashing all over my phone. I ended up burning, or at least touching my hand with the hot pot. Always be careful with that. Shrinkage happens when you cook. Oh my god, there's a 6th rule. Alright, so rule number 6. Don't add water. The only time you should add water is if you over-season something. And even so, if you do over-season, they do say to add more potatoes if there was, or put a big chunk of potato in it to absorb all of that saltiness and all that seasoning. You can do what I did when I over-seasoned something. Add more meat. So, I don't like to waste a potato. I don't like to waste any food. So, the worst that can happen is what? I have more food to feed you? Okay. Alright. Now that it's nicely mixed, I can cover again. Low simmer. Too hot. And we'll see you again in half an hour. I'll bring you home, Mama. I guess I better warn ya. She falls in love a little faster than I do. Then my dad will take your tires, put your whiskey over ice and take your fish and pretend that he don't like you. Oh, when we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine. Woohoo! I feel like this pot is pretty small. I am still counting on the shrinkage. That's right. Still tricks and doing all the stories I can't outlive. If I bring you home, Mama, I guess I better warn ya. She falls in love a little faster than I do. love this song. Why? Because sometimes, actually, you know, my family will always love whomever I love. And I'll be over it before they are. Whiskey over ice and a lie that never really liked you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine. You'll be breaking more. All right, almost done. Ever want to eat healthy but feel that this is just so much lettuce? Let me show you how you can save it. You just need 1 gallon Ziploc bags and some paper towels. Line each bag with a paper towel, and with clean hands, put some of the lettuce in here. And I say 4 bags because this is a lot. You need to give it some air, and you got to prevent some of the moisture from wilting your lettuce, right? There's plenty in there, plenty of air to circulate, and you take the second towel, put it right on top. Before you Ziploc it shut, kind of pat it just a little bit like that. Let some of the air out, not all of it, let some of the air out. That way you can kind of shake it around, okay? And you do that with all of the lettuce in the bag. All right, and when you're all done, just put them in your crisper, the bottom one. The Ziploc will protect it from any leaks. Just in case you happen to put something on top you shouldn't. And it should be good for a while. What you're trying to combat is moisture. Can be done for your fruits, like your fresh blueberries or your strawberries. Take them out of the plastic. Line your Tupperware like that with some paper towels, and once you get it in there, like slightly cover it. Occasionally, when you check up on your fruit, just kind of shake it up a bit. So this paper towel doesn't really need to be changed for a couple days, but we do know that moisture is the enemy of fruit. It makes it soggy, it makes it nasty, and this is the way you can save it. Good indicator that you're almost done or pretty much done is your potatoes are all mushy. Look at how that looks. Your potatoes start to get a little mushy. Like this, so you can see it falling apart from what it originally looked like. You can always tell by either touching it, or, like I like to just push it up against the wall, and you can see how mushy it gets right when you push it up against the wall of the pot. And this is where you add the peas. I feel like that episode in Friends where you add the peas, beef, and was it the peas, the carrots, and the beef? And Monica's shepherd's pie. Shout out to Friends. I love you guys. Miss you. For the finale, bam, all over the place. Final stages of cooking. I guess there's a rule number 7. When it comes to adding the veggies, don't cover it. Why is that? Because you want the veggies to not overcook. You want it to stay bright green, because bright green means it is still packed with nutrients. Soggy veggies or dark green veggies is never a good thing. I know it's easier to eat, easier to swallow and hide among the mush, but I love my green veggies, and I love how they are so bright green. So I'm just gonna leave this for another 15 minutes uncovered, and voila, my stew is done. And I'm going to bring this to my brother's house as I let it just sit here, literally sitting in its own stew, cooking my peas as it goes, covering it with all this wonderful sauce. And yes, I've already tried it, and it tastes delicious. So, 10 to 15 minutes it says. Or at least that's what Mom says. 10-15 minutes to me sounds like it's just gonna sit there cooking while I turn it off. This is my cauliflower rice, and I know I'm Asian. I do forget sometimes until I see myself on video and pictures. But I love rice. I love rice so much that I have to. I did my rice, my cauliflower rice. It's pre-packaged, and I actually bought it in bulk. The rice, the paleo keto diet one. So what I do is I add my red pepper flakes, my black pepper flakes, a little garlic salt, and then before I heat it up for 90 seconds, I actually put a hole in the middle like this. The reason why I do that in the microwave is because that's how the microwave works. That's how a microwave works. Heats it up from the inside and out, which is why it's always hot in the middle. Okay. So I'm gonna put it for 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then be ready to eat here in just a moment. To prove to you that I still love rice. Here is my mega rice cooker. I still use it. It's freaking used. I did clean it. And here's my rice. That's about what's left of a 25-pound bag that I bought just a few weeks before. And then I have my emergency kit bag right here. See? So I still have the rice and everything available with my tiny little rice cooker back here. I can take with me if I need to, like on trips, when I can't stand it be without rice. So yes, I'm still a rice lover. I just have to look out for myself, because who else will? For those of you who live with me, you know how much I love cutting boards. And not so much to cut with, as it is just to make sure that everything I get from the microwave is nice and hot. I don't have to worry about spilling anything. Doesn't that look delicious? We're about to find out. When you live by yourself, you don't really worry too much about where you eat, just that you eat. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so amazing. Mom, your Apretada is bomb. So good. I wish you were all here. I have plenty. Look. Till next time, we eat.